ready. Teach your soul.
What do we do? We must make an offering. Om Dio Shanti. Om Dio Shanti.
The ayah said never to sleep with a bad feeling in our hearts, because there's a dark thing that feeds on those feelings.
There's something in here. You can't see it. But
Welcome back to Night News. Before we start, please like the video for more excellent content. It lives inside. Samita Sam is an East Indian high school student in the United States who has been assimilating into Western culture. When it comes to following traditions and honoring her heritage, Sam's father, Inesh, is kinder to her than her mother.
When it's ready, teach your soul.
Purna. Purna is determined that Sam follow these principles. Sam tries to hide her culture from her classmates in order to fit in better with her white peers. She is also starting to feel something for her fellow student Russ. As a result of this, she has become more aloof from Tamira, her former closest friend and fellow Indian student, who is now socially rejected due to her reserved demeanor and peculiar glass jar. Tamira suffers from social isolation as a result of these actions. Their teacher, Joyce, worries about Tamira, but Sam is sure she'll be alright. At night, Tamira places raw meat in the jar, but something starts to gnaw away at it already. The next day at school, Tamira confidently approaches Sam in the changing areas and requests help. She insists that the jar she carries with her actually contains the supernatural being that was told to them when they were small and that it has been tormenting her ever since. Tamira has a panic attack as a result of Sam breaking the jar open because he is irritated and humiliated by her. Shortly after Sam departs to seek help, Tamira is attacked by an unknown entity, and she vanishes. Sam feels guilty and becomes increasingly worried that something sinister is happening. After retrieving Tamira's notepad from her, she discovers strange Sanskrit scribbling within. After learning that Tamira has been abducted and held captive by the beast, it attacks and mutilates her. Sam chooses to look into Tamira's allegations because she begins to feel strange about herself. Purna is becoming more and more irritated with Sam's disregard for Indian traditions during this period, especially when Sam neglected to offer Tamira a special prayer so that she may spend more time with Russ. Sam and Russ go to the house where another Indian student named Karen used to reside. It is thought that Karen committed suicide along with his family after they were all discovered dead in what appeared to be a murder-suicide. There are drawings of a beast on the room's walls that the two discover. Sam is unnerved by Tamira's increasing strange phenomenon, even if she is assaulted every day and her effort to escape is foiled. After visiting Karen at her house a second time, Sam and Russ kiss passionately. Outside, in front of Sam, a ghostly entity that is invisible attacks and kills Russ. Sam starts to lose control of her mental abilities and has terrible nightmares as a result of her horrific encounter. She convinces Joyce to help her interpret some of the book's texts because she is so in need of help. According to Joyce, the story revolves around a pishak, a kind of malevolent creature that feeds on negative energy before consuming the victim's soul. Sealing it in a jar or other container is the only way to prevent it from spreading further. Sam asks Purna to help him with his scheme to get the pishak to reveal who he is. The monster attacks Joyce at the school while she is cooking and wearing traditional Indian clothing. Joyce's injuries from the incident are severe. When Inesh did arrive home at last, the pishak ambushed him and hurt him. It also attacks Purna, only to be pushed back by the shield. Sam travels to Karen's residence as soon as he learns that Tamira is being held captive there in an attempt to free her. Sam is able to view the monster for the first time in its true form as it harasses and attacks her within. After tracking down Tamira, Sam confronts the entity. Sam decides to let the pishak to enter and live inside her body after realizing that she can act as a container for it. A year later, once Tamira, Joyce, Purna, and Inesh have all fully recovered from their ailments, Sam throws a dinner for them. By giving Sam raw flesh, like Tamira had done with the jar earlier, the gang has managed to subdue the entity. After some time, Sam and Tamira reconcile. Tamira's countenance grows more worried till she starts crying as Sam reassures her that the pishak will never be able to escape. 61% of the 95 reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, a website that compiles reviews from many sources, are positive and have an average rating of 6.1 out of 10. The conclusion on the website is that effective horror with a strong core of social commentary It Lives Inside is an eerily compelling calling card for filmmaker Bishal Dutta in his feature-length debut. The review aggregator website Metacritic, which uses a weighted average to calculate ratings, gave the movie a score of 50 out of 100. Mixed or average reviews are represented by this number. Post-Track surveyed spectators, and 34% of them gave the movie a positive rating. 44% of them said they would most definitely recommend it to others.
Feeling in our hearts. Because there's a dark thing that feeds on those feelings.
What is it?